Hey guys, do you like my wonderful new background? I worked on it for like 5 hours yesterday. It's like a CSI kind of thing without the rape and murder. Okay, so what I'm gonna do today is respond to one of the many people who think that they're my hero and that they're gonna save me from my own mental disorder. Well, of course, while stroking their own ego. This one's from Dom Murley, who I guess was banned by one of my moderators. Cool. They actually started one of the most popular topics on my website, so I mean, it's only honest of me to respond to it. I know Onision doesn't have the gall to read criticism and shuns every legitimate piece of advice that shatters his grandiose view of reality. I don't know what grandiose view of? I don't know. But as soon as I saw the video where he diagnosed himself borderline, I thought someone really had to step in. And of course, Captain America, that had to be you. Mind you, the video you're referencing, I recorded like, what, a year ago? Maybe more? Me having borderline personality disorder is still last year. I haven't completed my studies in psychology as I had to drop out and help my ex when he was deported back to the UK. Wow, your life is dramatic. When he was deported as he tried to stay in the US and then they like hunted him down. Yikes. However, I know enough to see textbook patterns of a very disturbed individual. This is a very angry and troubled young man. Thanks for calling me young. You can't just look up some symptoms and call yourself borderline, especially when you're more apt to have a codependency problem. Actually, I can, and I did. Not that it was right of me, I'm just saying back then I did that. I don't dislike Onision. She says she doesn't dislike me, but earlier she says I have patterns of a very disturbed individual. Yeah, I just love disturbed individuals. But I do have a lot of pity for him. Thank you for your pity. Tell you what, let me take your pity, walk over to the grocery store, see if the cashier gives me anything for it, and if he doesn't, well, I guess that means it's probably worthless. The need to constantly use and abuse young girls is part of a very strange codependency problem. Okay, hold on. You said you didn't dislike me, but now you're saying that I use and abuse young girls. How could you, like, be cool with someone like that? I don't dislike you, guy who abuses young girls, but... Oh, and to actually confront what you said, I don't use and abuse young girls. If anything, I was abused. Well, with all the lying, and the cheating, and the getting pregnant with other people's babies, and the stealing thousands of my dollars, do you not pay attention? Oh yeah, and all the irrefutable proof of my story being true. Jumping into serious relationships is impulsive and detrimental. Onision is sick as it is by himself, but you don't dislike me, despite the fact that you're insulting me relentlessly. This is what I'm talking about when I say haters try to pretend to be heroes when really they're the villains in the situation, just trying to stroke their ego like every other random asshole off the street. I'm just trying to help you, but this is why I'm better than you. Come on! These relationships are toxic to him and he's destroying the young girls with whom he gets involved. Okay, have you talked to any of the people that I've dated who aren't pathological liars / thieves / cheaters? Or just liars because I've been lied to so much? You seem to be filling in a lot of blanks without any credible information. It's really not cool at all. Sensitivity to criticism, impulsive, reckless behavior, grandiose ideas of romance, and being so far from reality is something that needs to be addressed. By you, my personal savior and therapist. What I hope is someone who is close to Onision will see this and try to convince him to get help he desperately needs before he keeps destroying young girls. That's just the thing. You see, I have like 30 family members and tons of people who know me personally, and none of them have tried to give me an intervention. Nor have any of them been saying my behavior is out of control or that I'm doing something entirely irrational. So are you saying that you know me better than my family members and friends and so forth? Because that's the funny thing about haters is they act like they know me better than the people who actually know me in person. You guys only see what happens on camera, okay? So if you're saying it's out of line for someone not to address these issues with me, then you're saying that everybody I know is completely out of line. When the fact of the matter is that everything's cool, man. We're all chillin' schlit over here, so calm your jets, cause you don't know what you're talking about. I'm asking you to get some serious help. You are not borderline, but when you see a shrink, ask for bipolar or sociopath tests so you can get help. Sorry, I'm like just face-palming over how rude this is. You are not borderline, but when you see a shrink, also ask for bipolar or sociopath tests so you can get the help you need. I kind of understand why this person was banned from the forums considering they're so full of crap. Okay, I'll admit, when I self-diagnosed myself like a year ago about having a borderline personality disorder, I was really in a bad state. At that time, me fleeing my own home from the woman who said that she was going to kill herself and make it look like I did it just after the police took her away to be mentally examined, that and me having just broken up with her, my life was a little bit rocky and unstable. Crying in the shower all the time, being incredibly lonely, etc. Of course, when I look in the mirror, I'm gonna say something's wrong with you and I wanna figure out what that is. Now, that being way over a year ago, I've had quite a few chances to improve myself and become stable again. Whether or not I am stable now and mentally sound is only the business of people I know in real life. As I've said before, I am so done with sharing the personal details of my life, because obviously, this is what people people do with it. They talk out their ass. One thing I hope everyone gets out of this video is that you shouldn't assume you know someone better than the people who actually know them. So again, the people in my real life are familiar with my online life and familiar with my offline life, and they accept me for who I am. They don't imply I'm a sociopath like so many people online do. They don't imply I'm a narcissist like so many people online do. They're realistic and kind. I think a lot of people demonize each other on the internet to distract themselves from their own problems in their own real life. So next time any of you lashes out at someone else online, first ask yourself if there's something going wrong in your own life that is causing you to focus on someone else's problems rather than your own. And by all means, if you ever want to ask a question of my wife, if she's kind enough to put up with any bullcrap, you can write @LaineyBot on Twitter, but she'll probably just send you a picture of a sloth. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Booby squeeze.